Hi everybody, here is your homework help for this week. Thanks for being so patient while my Chromebook was not working and getting over my cough and all that. So just thanks for being patient. I'm going to dive right in and start with last night's homework, Monday. Okay, it says they want us to round 27,521 to the nearest hundred. Here's your hundreds place. So everything in front is going to stay the same. Then I'm going to look next door. 5 or greater, add one more. 4 or less, let it rest. 2 is less than 5, so I leave the 5 alone. The rest turn to zeros for an answer of 27,500. Next, Dominic jogs 19 miles each month. How many miles will Dominic jog in 1 year? Okay, how many months are in 1 year? 12. So my equation is 12 times 19. So you can make an area model for this. Oops. Okay. Or I'm going to do side by side here. A couple of you have moved on to algorithm. Okay. 1 times 1 is 1, and we have 2 powers of 10. 10 times 9 is 90. 2 times 10 is 20, and 2 times 9 is 18. If we did that on our algorithm, we would do 9 times 2 is 18, carry the 1. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 1 makes 10. Put our placeholder, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 1 is 1. You can see that they don't match. What did I do wrong? They match going this way. Okay, so it'd be 120 and 108 like this. Okay, but it would still get you the same answer of 228 miles. Okay, on the next one, you're just finding the product. You really shouldn't need me to walk you through this one, but I'm going to go ahead and set it up for you so that you can check your work. So I'm going to do side by side. 200 plus 30 plus 7 times 10 plus 5. Okay, up here I'm going to do 1 times 2 is 2, and I have 1, 2, 3 powers of 10. 1 times 3 is 3, and 2 powers of 10, and 10 times 7 is 70. 5 times 2 is 10, and I have 2 powers of 10. 5 times 3 is 15, and I have 1 power of 10. And 5 times 7 is 35. Okay, when we add these up, that top row gives us this, and that bottom row gives us this. So let's check down here with our algorithm, doing our side by side. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 more is 18. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1. Look, they match. Put our placeholder, mark off our regrouping. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 3 is 3, and 1 times 2 is 2, and they match. So now I can add them up. 5, 15, okay, 3,555 would be our product for this problem. Next. Says Mrs. Carter puts 88 cherries in each cherry pie she makes in her bakery. If she makes 412 cherry pies next year, about how many cherries will she put in them all together? We're estimating here. That word about tells us to estimate. It doesn't say solve and then pick the one closest. It says to write the number 412 and write the number 88 and give both of these numbers legs like this. And we're going to say 88 is between 80 and 90, and it's closest to 90. Then I'm going to say 412 is between 400 and 500, and it's closest to 400. Now I can multiply 400 times 90. You can use mental math on this problem. You should know that 9 times 4 is 36, and you have 3 powers of 10, I'm sorry, my goodness. 3 powers of 10. Okay, next, all I'm looking for on this one is the value of the bold digits. Okay, so looking at this first one, the bold digit is the 5 in the ones place, so its value is 5. All right, look at this next one. The bold digit is the 9. The 9 is in the tens place, so its value is 9/10. Okay, let's look at this last one. The 2 is bolded. The 2 is in the thousandths place, so its value is 2 thousandths. Okay, let's look at this one. This is going to be all over your CFA this week. There will be word problems, and on today's daily word problem, I was a little concerned with how many of us picked the wrong strategy. We were picking multiplication over division. We need to be using reading strategies to apply to our testing. Okay, we're going to do 5,177 divided by 31. I'm going to come to the other side of my screen to make my cheat sheet because 31s are not automatic in my brain. Okay. I will say a lot of you can visualize these numbers well, which I love. So that when you're coming back to write these out, it's easier for you to see. Okay. Okay. So if we cover up all of our digits except for the first one, we say the bank has $5. I need 31. We cannot get our money. If the bank has $51, we can. So I come over to my cheat sheet. Which one is the closest without going over 51? It's this one here. Okay, so I can get my money one time. And I'm going to take $31 from the bank. That leaves $20 in the bank. I bring down my next digit. Look, 155 is as high as I went. You need to see if you can get closer. A couple of friends on choice boards are messing that up because you think you're stopping at 5. You're not if you need to keep going. That's going to give me 186. Okay, let's do times 7 just to be sure. 7. 217 is too many, so I'm going to go here and get my money 6 times. So I'm going to take 186 from the bank. This problem does require some regrouping. 10 minus 8 is 2. Now I bring down my next digit. If the bank has $217, let's see, come over here. 217. I can get my money 7 times, and I've emptied the bank. Okay, Wednesday's homework. A mason has 800 blocks of stone to build mailboxes in a new neighborhood. He will use 64 blocks to build each mailbox. How many complete mailboxes can he build? Okay, let's go over this again. I'm going to read it again. He has 800 blocks. They're giving me the total. This is how many blocks he has to build the mailboxes. one mailbox is going to use this many. I want to know how many completed mailboxes he can build. This is a division problem, okay? So I'm going to do 800 blocks divided into groups of 64 blocks. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, times 64. And do 1 times 64 is 64, times 2, that gives me 128, times 3, times 4, and times 5. 320. Okay, cover up all those digits. If the bank has $8, can we get our money? No. What if the bank has $80? Yes, we can get our money one time. So I'm going to take $64 from the bank, and we have to regroup. 10 minus 4 is 6. That's one of our number tucks. 7 minus 6 is 1. Right? Bring down, I'm sorry, bring down my next digit. That turkey dog. Okay, so now we need to come over to our cheat sheet. Which is the closest to 160 without going over? 128. So we can get our money 2 times. I'm going to take 128 from the bank. Okay, so it leaves me with a remainder of 2, but look what the question asks. How many complete? If I have 32 more bricks, is that enough to build a mailbox? No, it's not. So he could only build 12 complete mailboxes. Just like we learned in 4th grade, there are 3 ways you can interpret your remainder. You can round, you can drop. We are going to drop in this case because we can't use those 32 extra bricks. They're just going to sit on the side. Okay, on the next one, we need to find the sum. Sum tells us to add. We must line up by the decimal and put in our phantoms. We're going to add. Okay, this one's easy. Okay, I really want to look at this next one together because on our CFAs, our comparing and ordering decimals is our lowest tested every week. I mean, it is not looking good. And when I look on your CFA work, you're not using any strategies. You're writing out an answer. You need to be listing every number vertically. That means this way, lining it up by the decimal. So we're going to do 21 and 82 thousandths, and under that I'm going to do 21 and 82 hundredths. And look, I'm going to put in my phantoms. Okay, we're going to go starting in our largest place value, 1 digit at a time. 2, 2. Okay, I'm going to move over here now. 1, 1. Okay, I'm going to move over here now. 0, 8. 8 is larger than 0. This is the bigger number. More digits does not mean larger in a decimal case. Okay, and let's go look at Thursday, and then we're done. Okay, Thursdays says find the difference. Difference tells us to subtract. We must line them up by their place value and look at all those zeros we're going to have to regroup across. I will say, for the beginning of the year of 5th grade, this group might have the most kids who have a firm understanding of how they're supposed to regroup across zeros out of all the groups that have been teacher a long time. And you guys seem to have a pretty good grasp of it. But we're going to keep practicing so we don't lose that grasp. So I can't take 4 from 0, so this is going to become 10. This is going to become a 9, right? Because I borrowed from it. 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 2 is 7. I borrowed from this. It becomes a 9 as well. 9 minus 1 is 8. Oh, I borrowed from this one too. It becomes a 9. 9 minus 3 is 6. Oh, I borrowed from this one. It becomes a 9. 9 minus 7 is 2. I borrowed from this. It becomes a 3. That's a 4, so it became a 3 because I took 1 from it to send it next door. But I can't take 5 from 3, so it becomes 13, and this becomes a 1. 13 minus 5 is 8. Then I bring down these last two digits for an answer of 11,826,876. Okay. On the next one, I want you to complete the area model. So this would be 700 plus 10 plus 2. This would be 20 plus 8. Okay. I think you can handle this problem. I'm not going to work all the way through it. I want to see how you do when I check your homework on Friday. I am going to give you one fact on here. I've noticed you guys struggle with your 8s. I do want you to practice your 8s. If you need to make some flashcards, if you need to practice just listing out your facts, okay, then I need you to do that because 8 times 7 should be automatic. 8 times 7 is 56. So that's the only one I'm going to give you there. I set up the problem for you, how it should look, but this is the one I'm going to be checking on Friday since I worked through all the other problems with you. Last one. A farming company dumped 142 loads of grain into a silo. So that's one of those big metal things that farmers put all their grains and things in. If each load of grain weighed 14 tons, how many tons of grain did the company dump into the silo? This is a multiplication problem. I have 42 loads, and each load weighed this much. I'm doing 14 tons 142 times. Okay. Same thing. I'm going to set up the problem for you, but I'm going to check this one too. I feel like y'all should have multiplication down by now. We've been doing it for several weeks. If you think you're ready to do side by side with algorithm, the homework would be a good spot to practice that so you can show me. But I want it side by side where you're using that area model to check the algorithm. So if you're going to move on to algorithm, the homework is where I want to see that. Let me know if you have any other questions. These two problems I'm really going to be looking closely at on your homework on Friday when I check them. Again, let me know if you need help, if you're confused on a fact, or if you don't understand how I went through any of these problems so that I can help you before our CFA. Bye, guys.